Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm going to share with you a video. Slow down, Jess. I'm going to share a video with you. It's just, okay. My brain is in 10 places. Slow down. I told you that once. I'm going to tell you it again. These are products that I'm removing from my Sephora loves list. Like literally as we speak. I have my laptop here. I've got my Sephora loves list pulled up. If you don't know what that is, on Sephora's website, it's like your favorites, things like you're kind of saving for later, like your wish list. Well, I heavily use mine, like too heavily. And there are products in here that I'm like dying to try, but there are also products in here that I was kind of wanting to try. And now like either I've seen some reviews on them or I've heard something about them or whatever the reason might be, I'm removing them from my loves list. So it's kind of like an anti-haul, but kind of not, because these are things that I was genuinely going to buy. Like I was, so like typically with anti-hauls, they're products that I'm like, no, like I have no interest in at all. This is kind of like a anti-haul light because these were products that I genuinely kind of wanted to buy, but I think I'm not going to. Of course I say that now and then I'll change my mind. First thing that I had on my loves list was the Too Faced White Chocolate Bar eyeshadow palette. I wanted it because when I looked at it, I was like, ooh, there's light colors, like it'll be nice transition shades, and I like light colors, but I've heard some kind of crummy things about it, and the more I look at it, I'm like, okay, that's $50. I really do like the chocolate bar palettes. I really like the Sweet Peach palette, but do I really need another one? And as I look at it, I'm like, I really don't need any of these shades. Like I've got all of these in different palettes. So this is one. I'm going to click the unlove on, and it is gone. Another palette, I feel like a lot of these are palettes. Not all of them, but another palette I'm going to remove is the NARS Narcissist Wanted palette. I put it on because I saw a bunch of people got it in PR and I'm like, oh my gosh, and I saw swatches, I'm like, oh my gosh, it looks so pretty. It looks really pretty. So I added it to it. It's $59. Now here's the deal. I have the NARS Narcissist Loaded palette and same setup, same kind of packaging, but I never used it. And I didn't think the formula was that great. I have like NARS duos that the eyeshadow is amazing, like absolutely spectacular. And I just really wasn't impressed with that Narcissist palette. So I'm like, do I really want another Narcissist palette? These look like shades I might use a little bit more, but again, I already have it in like a million different other palettes. So I'm like, I feel like I can probably pass on this one. So unloved. This feels so good. What else? Oh, there's so many things that I want. Let me know if you'd want me to do like share what's on my Sephora loves list. Another one I'm going to take off is this NARS Yakio brush. It's number 27. It's $55. And here's the thing. Let me just show you. I literally bought this brush from Japanesque at Ulta, and it was, under $20. And it looks like the exact same as that $55 NARS brush. And the other thing I realized, even though I'm sure the NARS one is made with better, not ingredients, but like better quality products, materials, that's what I mean. But I kind of realized just the shape of this, I just don't really love. It's too tapered. So I feel like if I'm using it for bronzer, let's say, I feel like I need just the bronzer on there because the second it gets out there, it's getting all over my face. So it's not as useful as I thought it would be. I do like it, but I'm really glad I bought this cheaper one, even though I still think that was expensive. So I am excited to take this NARS one off. Another product I'm going to take off, and mostly because I already have another product to replace it, is the Dior Addict Lip Maximizer Plumping Gloss. I'd heard it's amazing, and I don't really care as much about the plumping. My lips are, first of all, looking crazy right now, but my lips are big enough that that's not something I'm concerned about, but I do like that tingly feeling. And I've liked pretty much every Dior lip product I've ever tried. Well, it's $33 for a lip gloss. And I found this Sephora one, I think Lola Lynn here on YouTube had recommended, and I really, really like it. It's the Plump Effect lip gloss in the shade Outrageous. I love it so much, and I've heard it's so similar, and I'm like, do I really need another one like the same shade, same effect? No. So I am unhearting that one. Another one I'm unhearting, but I'm torn. It's the Tom Ford Quads. I bought the one in like Orchid Haze, and it was absolutely terrible. And so I want to unheart the quad completely, but now I'm like still like, well, now I want to try one of the like really glittery kind of gold ones to see why are those the ones that are worth the 85 freaking dollars. I think I'm going to leave it on there for now. I'm going to think about it. Another one I'm gonna take off is the Anastasia Prism palette. That's one I keep thinking about buying, and I toss it back and forth. I've swatched it in store like multiple times, and I'm just gonna unlove it because the reality is, first of all, the colors in it are just not up my alley, like at all. There's some that I would use, and sure, it could force me to branch out, but again, I have so many palettes, and I love the Anastasia Modern Renaissance palette, but those are shades that are up my alley. You know, I don't need another palette that's just colors that I might use once or twice to branch out, but not enough to, you know, for 40 something dollars. So that's another one that buy. The other thing I think I'm gonna take out, I've had the Benefit California blush in my loves forever. I'm not ever gonna buy it. It's one that I look at, I'm like, there's like that kind of overspray on it that I'm like, eh. And I do love the Benefit blushes, I do. The only one I've ever kept, however, is Dallas, because that's just the color I reached for all the time. But this is one that I'm like, yeah, I might reach for it from time to time, and it probably smells nice. And I do like the formula of their blushes, but I don't really care enough about it to even spend $29 on. Dang, didn't they used to be like 26? Sheesh. Another thing I'm gonna remove is the Becca Soft Light Blurring Setting Powder. It is $38. I just don't hear anything about it, and frankly, I have so many like loose powders and things like that, and I don't even use those enough that I'm like, Jessica, do you really need another one? It'd be different if like you guys were asking me to review it, or, you know, but there's really no like hype behind it, and none of you guys are curious about it, so I'm like, then why spend $38? I'm not even curious about it, you know what I mean? But it's got the name Becca, and so I'm like, ooh, maybe, but I just don't need it. I don't need another loose powder, so I'm gonna unlove that one as well. But those are all of the ones I'm removing right now. I have so many, so if you're curious, I think if I ever did a video about just what is on my loves, it would be way too long. I'd need to like declutter it again because I, like anytime I'm like, maybe, I just heart it because I'm like, I don't wanna have to search for it again. I don't know, I guess I'm weird like that. But I have way too many products in there. But those are the ones that I really feel strongly about that I'm not gonna buy. I don't need to buy. If you enjoyed this kind of video, give it a thumbs up. It was certainly kind of fun and just fancy free. Fun and fancy free. But other than that, I hope you'll subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.